Yes, we did. The Rodarties. Rodarties weren't bad people. They were trying to make a living, right? Scratch a living out of the martial arts and fight promotion. Eventually, they went into boxing, and I can understand why they did that. Boxing's where the real money is, and if you're going to get a break or make a champion out of boxing, it's a way to bring yourself more money quicker. So I get that switch up. Kickboxing at its time was something that the commission tolerated more or less. They were all amateur fights, right? But were they really amateur? I don't know. How do you say that? No headgear, no shin guards, none of that. But let's talk about the fights. Let's talk about Michael Venom Page versus Shara Bullett Magomedov. Here's the thing, guys. When you're so dominant with just one aspect of your game, and you don't use the other aspects, sometimes it hurts. I remember Magomedov's last fight. I think it was his last fight. He was kicking the hell out of the guy, and I mean literally kicking, right? And I said, look, sometimes you got to use your hands either to set up those kicks or to finish off those kicks to knock a guy out and finish him. And eventually, Magomedov did exactly that. Now, there's a problem. If you're a kicking-centric guy, or centric anything, you can be centric jiu-jitsu, and the guy that's better than you is better than you at what you're really good at, what do you do next? That's when you're at a loss. And that's what I think we saw happen with Michael Venom Page versus Magomedov. I mean, Venom Page is very karate style. That bladed stance, the in and out, the kicks wherever he wants. Magomedov obviously had absolutely no answer to that. He landed a cheap low kick once in a while, but it wasn't very good, to be honest with you. He needed to do a lot better than that to slow down a guy like Venom Page. And that's the problem with relying too much on one aspect of your game. And that's mixed martial arts. Like, if something's not working for you, like your kicking style doesn't work anymore, you better be able to start grappling now, like Khabib. Like, I think one of the fighters says something like he should have cut his hair and stayed in Dagestan. Would have been a nice backup to his already awesome kicking game, right? And the other Nurmagomedov, the Saeed Nurmagomedov, is the same thing. He's got an absolutely incredible kicking game. But beyond that, what do you have left? And you don't have a lot. And I can appreciate this. I mean, my kicks are much better than any other part of my martial arts. Why? Because I was a Tung Sdo stylist, Taekwondo, if you will. I believe that both Saeed and Magomedov were in some way Korean stylists, because you just don't get those type of kicks doing Muay Thai. I know that they don't call him a traditional martial artist. It's not cool. It's not dangerous, right? It's not edgy. But the reality is, if you run into somebody who's better than you at that, which Michael Venom Page was, there's nowhere to go. And Magomedov clearly had nowhere to go. It's sad end for Shara Bullett, because we were all excited about him. Would have loved to see where he went. It makes me wonder, stylistically, did they do that on purpose? Although you could make the argument they figured, his being more heavy-handed, natural 185er, he would have beaten Page. Well, didn't work out that way. That's the thing. You got to be ready for the unexpected. Read my book, Warrior of the Light.